Hi, YouTube subscribers. I figured you could sit here and people watch with me. I'm actually waiting on someone and I'm kind of early. So I'll just tell you a little bit about this area that I am in. This is called Hillel Street. And a lot of times you'll find like you'll hear a lot of English over here. This is like the main area that people go to in Jerusalem, especially when you come visit, because like all of the restaurants are all like on Ben Yehuda and Hillel, and also the place that people go when they make Aliyah, and you need to take care of like lots of paperwork, and the office is down there. Of course, that red truck won't be there, but you'll see that says Alma, and this is the Jerusalem Hotel. I have never actually stayed in a hotel in Jerusalem, which is interesting because they have all these specials to stay in a hotel, or even just to visit. Like they have spa day where you can go for the day to the hotel, and it's for everybody. Like it's not just for like tourists and I don't know. I never stayed in the hotel, but I definitely keep saying to myself I want to go for a spa day at one of the hotels. And there are like tons of hotels, so many hotels and lots of hostels. And the hostels, I know they have like a lot of, especially in Jerusalem, they have a lot of tours. So you can go on tours to see the city and to see outside of Jerusalem or whatever city that you're in. And you can check with that. You can like look up and see where's a hostel. If you're single, I highly recommend you do a hostel and you're not like high maintenance, then, because I am, you could do a hostel and you can just like enjoy yourself. And you have like stores like this everywhere. They're like just all over the place. And let's see what else. I am just rambling while I sit here waiting. Oh, okay. So that's the person that I'm meeting today, and he's actually in art. He has an art gallery, and I have nothing to do with art, but he also buys like lots of antique things. And I have a few things that have just like been sitting that I really don't like. So he's either going to put it on auction or I'm just going to sell it to him outright instead of me dealing with the auction on it. Yeah, so you can see like the signs are usually like they're usually like in Hebrew, Arabic, and English. But what's funny is when you come and you try to talk in English or you try and speak in Hebrew, if you try, like I was just on the bus and I can speak Hebrew, but I have like such an American accent, it's pretty bad. So when you're speaking in Hebrew, they'll just immediately start speaking to you in English, as I mentioned before, because I guess they want to keep working on their English. I don't know, but it doesn't help me any because that's what they're doing. But it's interesting, like the signs are in Hebrew, Arabic, and English. And what's even funnier is that it's no Russian, but there's so many Russians that live here, and you could go in like in a particular area, and you see signs up in Russian in certain stores, and it's not even in Hebrew or English. It's just Russian. It's like clearly they're saying we just want Russians to come into this store. So it's really interesting, but you always will see the signs because this is pretty much like where Americans will hang out. And Arabs also, you know, they're part of Israel and Jerusalem, and they go places, and some of them don't speak Hebrew, or their Hebrew is like mine or something like that. You can also see like apartments. Like it's interesting. Sometimes you can't like even tell the difference. Like this is an office building, right? And people live here in this building. These are called Jerusalem stone. So it's not like ugly, like oh my gosh, but there's a law like in Jerusalem that all the buildings are made from Jerusalem stone. That is not Jerusalem stone. That is Jerusalem stone. And this is Jerusalem stone. and at the top of there is Jerusalem stone, and at the bottom is Jerusalem stone. So you can tell the difference because it looks old. And I used to work for this company in the States, and they used to do, I forgot what it's called, but it's like this power wash water that will clean the stones, but it would take lots of money to clean these stones, and it doesn't make sense to do because it's rainy and it's dusty here. We have sandstorms in Jerusalem, and just like all over, like you'll know when there are sandstorms, and you know not to do your laundry and hang it outside when there's like sandstorms. And you can totally tell. It's very dusty outside. It looks kind of like something from the Mad Max movie, you know. So it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense to wash the stones. What else? And these taxis are like everywhere. You can always catch a taxi to go where you're going. Now you can always, when you get in a taxi, they'll say, do you want the monit? Like, do you want them to put on the meter? And if you're new to Israel and you're just visiting, yes, you do want the meter. You want the meter. Or you can even bargain out the price if you know that you took a taxi, like say the day before, and the taxi driver charged you 30 shekels or 35 shekels. So you know if you get in a taxi the next day and you're still going in the same area, then you can say 30, 35 shekels, and they'll say yes, or they'll say no, I'm going to use the meter. You know, and then you'll be okay, like fine, because he'll know that it costs more than 35 shekels, and then you also know that the taxi driver the day before gave you a great deal. So you can either ask for the meter, which is called the monnaie, or you could just bargain on the rate of what he's going to charge you. But don't, if he gives you a price, if he says 40 shekels, then you say 35. And he'll say, okay. And they also charge you, when you ride in a taxi, if it's like 1, then it's a rate. But if it's like, or 2, then it's the same rate. But if it's like 3 people and you have luggage and all kind of things, they're going to charge you a little extra money. Don't ask why. That is what they do. And they are also charge more if you ride the taxi at night. And they also charge you a lot if you catch a taxi Erev Shabbat, like because everything closes down. The buses stop running an hour early in the cities, an hour before Shabbat. The whole country shuts down basically. So the cab drivers know you have no other way to get to your destination except by using them. So if you're using them, he's going to charge you a lot of money to get in his taxi because he knows you have no other option except to use him. And you don't want to like nickel and dime the cab drivers because you don't know if you're going to get another one. So that's like a rule that I try and tell people. And if you can walk, walk. If you truly can walk, walk. Another thing that people do in Israel, not in Jerusalem, but like outside of Jerusalem, and they live on Yeshuvim / settlements, then there is something called tramping, where people like, it's called hiking, but it's not really hiking. It's a great thing. I'm going to do another video, and I will talk back with you later. I was just telling you yesterday about when you go places and you want to, you stop at all these places and you can get like Shwarma, and you can get falafel. Falafel gum? Okay, so at this place you can get Shwarma and you can get falafel. And oh my gosh, don't your mouth just water, right? So that is turkey. And then you can get like all these salads, and this is usually like what they'll have at a restaurant too, in like little bowls. And these are the things that you get put on. That's an Israeli salad. And you get all these things put on your falafel or shawarma. And you also get these salads. This is amba, tahina. This is harif pepper that I'm telling you, very hot. And then you have this over here, which is really the same thing. These onions are good. They're not spicy because they put seasonings on it. And then these are also, I'm not quite sure what that is. But yeah, so you can get these, and these are the prices. So just think in shekels. The first one is a falafel. So you see the word falafel, and then you see chips is on the bottom. It's like 10, 15 shekels, but you get like a big bag of it, like really big. Um, uh, so you get that size bag for chips. So, oh, here it is in English. Chicken shawarma you get for 30 shekels, and then you get a regular shawarma, which is with, oh, it's in Hebrew and English. You get chips and you get a drink. Fries are called chips. And you see how he's slicing off the meat? So anyway, that's all I wanted to show you. And you'll see this in restaurants. Like if you keep kosher, then you'll see like a sign like this telling you whether it's kosher or not. Joining me as we were in town, and I'm really surprised that I'm doing this video showing my face with this blister on. But I just wanted to, are you leaving now?
Yeah.
Okay, have a great day. Bye. Yeah, so it's interesting because while I was out, I got a call from my daughter that her ear was hurting her. So I actually was already in town, so I just told her to come and meet me where I was. She travels the bus by herself, and she's 11, and so does my son. Can travel the bus by himself. I have to, like, for him, I have to show both of them. I have to show them like where to go, and they have phones, but now they don't have a phone because one has been misplaced, and they tend to share that phone. The weather was so awesome today. I just like cannot believe how good it was. And let's see what else. So let's see, you saw food, you heard about the taxis and how they work, and thank you. Thank you. My daughter. Wanna come say hi, Gila Sarah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my daughter. She's gonna say hi.
Hi, YouTube.
So, you want to say something? You want to teach them one sentence in Hebrew that they'll hear when they come from people? Okay, I have something here. We're going to do something cute and fun. Okay, I'm going to say it in English, and then she's going to say it in Hebrew. Very slowly.
Yeah. Don't do whole.
No, I'm just going to say,
Not
where is the bus station?
איפה התחנה המרכזית?
Again?
Okay.
Say it again.
איפה התחנה המרכזית?
So you heard her say it. So I say, איפה התחנה המרכזית? So you see, it's very, very American. So she does this in...
איפה התחנה המרכזית?
So she does these things. So she has these great ways of explaining how we speak. So, okay, so that's where is the bus station. And now you're going to say, how much does this cost?
כמה זה עולה?
Right. So you want to say, what's something else? How much is this? Can I buy a rough cuff?
אפשר לקנות רב-קו?
Okay, so that's cute, right? She's so cute. So when we go places like, and people start speaking to me in English and she's with me, and then I'll just tell her like to order what she wants, and then she'll start speaking in Hebrew, or because, you know, that's what she does. They'll like then turn to me and speak to me again like in Hebrew or something like that. But it's funny because obviously I'm American. No matter that I speak the language, I have such a heavy accent, as you saw when I speak in.
Like this, you talk.
So she listen 1 second. So this is how she imitates how Americans speak Hebrew. So here you go. She's gonna say.
שלום, אני מאמריקה ואני פשוט I do not מבינה עברית בגלל שאני מאמריקה ואני לא מבינה עברית בגלל שאני מאמריקה.
Now you got the Russian all in there.
Yeah?
Yeah. So anyway,
שלום, שמי גילה סטריה.
no, so don't do that. It's not nice. So anyway, so she imitates different accents that people have, and that's exactly how Russians sound when they speak Hebrew too. So everybody has like this accent, and it's funny, but then your feelings can be hurt because someone is teasing the way you speak Hebrew, and it's okay. They don't care about that. Malasot. What can you do? That's what that means. But she did say mevina. Understand. I don't speak Hebrew.
אני לא מבינה עברית.
Right, so I do not
I
understand.
do. I just
Not you,
said
not
that.
you. She's saying to you that when someone speaks to you in Hebrew, that's what you say. Ani lo mevina ivrit.
But you're saying in Hebrew.
Right. I know me. You don't speak Hebrew. I don't understand it. So then people either switch to English. Where do I catch the bus? Where do I catch the bus?
איפה אני לוקחת את האוטובוס?
And then you could say le Tel Aviv, le Yerushalayim, le Haifa,
לחדרה,
le Chadera,
לצפת.
le Sfat. Toda rabba Gila Sarah Lezeo.
That's the-
So anyway, so that's a cute little tidbit for you. Now my son, he's very shy. If I get him to talk on this video when he comes home,
Start laughing.
but he'll start laughing. But he speaks differently than her in Hebrew. His is more really chazak of Hebrew, like
You're mixing up English and Hebrew, and then when we were in America, you mixed Hebrew and English, and then Auntie, she was like, what?
right. So I did have that problem in America. I was mixing up Hebrew and English, or I forgot like a lot of English words that I had not used in a while because certain words in Hebrew are shorter and simpler to use and very clear. Very like, I say zeu all the time, zeu. Like that's it. But zeu.
And you say ad kan.
Oh my gosh, when my kids were babies, I used to say ad kan. Ad kan, which is, I've
your
had
friend?
up to here.
And your friend, she asked.
Oh, so a friend of mine, she had just made Aliyah, and she had came to me for meals, like a lot. And the kids were like about 4 and 6, or 5 and 7. They're 2 years apart. 5 and 7. And 5 and 7 maybe. And so she kept hearing me say to my kids, Ad kan gilasar v'si hirsch. Ad kan, ad kan, ad kan. And then they didn't speak as much English as they do now.
English, Hebrew.
The phone is up. English, Hebrew, they used to speak. Hebrewish, I guess is what you would say. Anyway, she turns to her husband. She says, "What does Ad Khan mean?" So she says it a lot. What does Ad Khan mean? She said it means she had it up to here, which is the truth. I had it up to here with them. So that's it. And thank you for watching my channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. I think I'm going to say that every time.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up is like, right? Thumbs up. One thing that I wanted to say, when I did the video yesterday, or when, No, what's up?
No.
Anyway,